to stream. Oh, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all see me now? Can you see me?
Uh, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Can you
Make sure
see me
you
now?
make sure you can add. Make sure you add yourself to the screen.
I am. I think I am now.
I still can't see you.
Okay. Well, Belle, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Let me
Oh,
take
thank
you off
y'all.
speaker.
Okay. All right. No wonder. I'm gonna get it one day, girl. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello. 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 Thank you everyone for coming in. Can you please, if you are a part of the coven, can you please put your name? Hey, Maurice. Hey, Belle. Hi, Toy. And tell me where you're from. We're going to start in like 2 more minutes. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I know Belle is tuning in from Florida. Maurice from Omajole, Jersey. My sister Toy is here from New York. And my brother Junior is here. Hey, y'all. Greetings from Ohio. Hello, Ohio. Omawara is from Ohio as well. I've never been. And we're going to wait 1 more minute. Omawara from Ohio. 2 people from Ohio. Hello, Ohio. Hopefully the weather is nice to you guys. It's been really nasty here. It's been raining in the DMV. And so we are going to the class today that I am talking about. First of all, thank you all for joining me. We are going to talk about ways to stay protected in a chaotic world. Okay. We're going to give people 1 more minute, 4:08, because I don't want to be on here long. And I know it's decent today. Baby, let me tell you, the sky is falling, but I have my jar out there for some rainwater. I need to re-up on my rainwater. So, hi, Iwa Moladay from Cali, Oakland. Hey, girl, I've been missing you. Where you been? Hopefully you're okay. Hopefully I'll see you in person soon. Hopefully. Okay, so we are going to start class today. And the class today is about how to stay protected in a chaotic world. All right, so you are joined by Priestess Omoshule. I am the goddaughter of Priestess Oshun, the Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke Iyanifa. I am one of the senior priestesses at the Orisha Hoodoo Institute. And did I say yes? And I'm a goddaughter as well. So I'm going to be teaching a class today. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything with the introduction, but I'll probably add in as I go through. If you see me looking over, that's because I have notes because I can kind of go off on a tangent. So bear with me. Okay. So we're going to talk about ways to stay protected in a chaotic world. Okay. So as we know, this world is crazy. You can't even send your kids to school anymore. You can't even go jogging down the street. You can't even cross the street. Like, it's just so much negativity and chaos in this world. And so, sometimes I feel that it is some people's mission to wake up and cause chaos and confusion. I see it all the time. I feel like when I am on public transportation on my way to work, their mission is to cause chaos and confusion. And a lot of times it's things that we do not have any control over, right? We don't have control over people's actions. We don't have control over, a lot of situations, how long the bus is running, when the bus comes, that can all cause to a lot of chaos. Okay. So one thing, I'm going based off what helps with me as a priestess. This you can add, you can omit as you see fit. But as I am journeying through my journey of being a priestess, these are some things that have helped me, and hopefully it can help you as well. And you can tweak it, you and your spiritual team can tweak it as you may see fit. Okay, so one thing that has helped for me is having a morning spiritual regimen. that is a must, especially as a priestess, as a practitioner, as a just a person in general. You should, before, when your eyes wake up and you know, get accustomed to your surroundings and stuff, and you be like, damn, it's 8 o'clock already. You should be saying a prayer to Olodumare, which is God. You should be saying a prayer to God just for thanks for allowing Olodumare to see another day. Some people, you know, they go to sleep and they never wake up. You know, they go to sleep and, you know, God forbid a house catch on fire. Anything can happen in between those times that you are sleeping and back up. So, you know, you always want to give thanks to Olodumare as soon as your eyes open, you know, even if it's just thank you for allowing me to see another day. Thank you for your protection, things of that sort. Something that has helped out with me, I know it might be extensive for some, but it helps me. And as a priestess, I realize this is something that I really just want to continue to implement. So we're waking up, we're saying hello to thanking Olodumare, thanking God for allowing us to see another day. We are thanking our Ori for keeping us safe, you know. We are, you know, because your Ori is going to protect you throughout the day. So you are asking, basically petitioning when you wake up, you know, protect me throughout this day. If you have a forecast of your day ahead and you know it's going to be a hectic day, you know, just getting on board with your spiritual team is a way that can really help you to, you know, navigate through the day, you know. So tap into your Ori. Your Ori is with you. Your Ori is you. So your Ori is going to guide you. Your Ori is going to say, girl, don't go to lunch with these people today, or don't go off on this metro stop. They're going to be pow shooing today. You know, so when you are tapped in from the time you wake up, it sets a foundation for you and your spiritual team on how you can navigate throughout this chaotic world. Also tapping into your ancestors, of course. Having a relationship with your ancestors is very important, especially with ATR, African traditional religion. It is the foundation. So tapping in with your ancestors. If you have a let me tell you, that morning routine be the bomb. Let me tell you, and those that are part of the coven, he has given us the juice, so we have the tools to be able to navigate throughout this world if we use it. It's very extensive when you're like praying and things like that, but I have noticed if I don't do it in the morning, as soon as I step out the door, a bird is shitting on me. That might be good luck or something, or I'm seeing a rat. So I realize this has worked for me. So Ajay Igbe, I agree with you on that one. And then, like I said, tapping in with your ancestors, you know, for those that have had an ancestral life path reading, you know the times that you are supposed to connect with your ancestors. And so, you know, connecting with them if it's in the morning. Mine is at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So tapping in that morning, like, hey, okay, it's about to be a rough day today. I got to see my baby daddy. Give me, you know, the tools, the words, the actions, so I can be able to be in alignment. So I don't have to, you know, add to the chaos and confusion. I know I have to take the subway today and I have to get on this stop. You know, please protect me from what might happen, you know, things like that. So if you're tapping in with your spiritual team, especially your ancestors, you are setting the foundation. That morning regimen is key, is important to me. I tell my brother, I just be like, look, if you just got to say in the morning, thank you, God, for waking me up and protecting me, until we can get you to that's sufficient enough, you know. And if you want to say that throughout the day, that's also good. So I just want to say, for anyone, prayer is your superpower. I know we are priestesses in training, and we want to tap into certain power, but just remember that prayer is your superpower. Sometimes you might be knee deep in the street and you can't get your go bag and do some use a candle, crush up some herbs and stuff and light it. Sometimes you just got to be tapping in and just be like, okay, I see what's going on. Protect me, whatever it is that you need. So prayer is your superpower. Before you even do a bath and things like that, I was doing some protection work. And I was, it was a continuous protection work. And I asked the ancestors if it was, if I needed to continue. And it was like, like a week, yes. And I was like, okay, what's going on, And then throughout further divination, I realized that I just need to continue to push the energy of prayer into the protection work. So I didn't have to light another black candle. I didn't have to grab all these herbs and things like that. The ancestors was like, just continue to be fervent in your prayer, So prayer is superpower. And sometimes people forget that as well. So when you're waking up, you are asking for your prayers of protection before you even step outside that door. Before your feet touches the ground, you need to be, saying thank you. Do all your morning breath, dryness of the mouth and things. It is very, very important. Okay, so we're going to talk about different forms of protection. And then as we further go down, I'll tell you what different herbs and things that I use that work for me and my family, particularly my daughter. Okay, so spiritual protection. That is very important. Sometimes, we just pray for physical protection, but this might be some other shit going on in the spiritual realm that you don't even know about, that your ancestors are knee deep in. It's like, so spiritual protection. So as a priestess, I can't always be love and light because the world is not love and light. I know we want to operate on that notion of, I'm going to be love and light. I'm just going to spread love and joy. But guess what? Niggas out here ain't spreading love and joy. They causing chaos, confusion, fuckery. They wake up and be like, how can I make this bitch life miserable today? Okay. How can I go out and just fuck up everybody's commute? So, and sometimes it's spiritually, it's some shit that's going on. So, as a priestess, you can't always be love and light. And so you have to be able to, as a priestess, you have to be able to heal, basically bless, hex, protect. Everyone, gets all kind of crazy about hexing, but sometimes if that's a form of protection, so as a priestess, you're going to have to be able to do all that, like I said, also too, you need to be able to confidently work with your left hand. Everybody wants to just work with the right hand and things like that. But when these spiritual bullets coming at you, you can't be like, and you get in the crossfire, you can't be like, I'm just going to be love and light, because that's not the reality of things. We are talking about protection, not only protection of you, but a protection for your descendants and your loved ones. You understand what I'm saying? So as a priestess, you want to be a powerful priestess. You want to be able to, bless and protect if you need to, bless and heal. But then if push come to shove through divination and the ancestors the spirits give you the okay, you're going to have to be able to protect yourself. So I know we all want to be love and light, but as y'all see out here, it's not even love and light. The Chinese people sending balloons out here for us. You understand what I'm saying? So little things like that, well, it's not little, but so you just want to be protected all around. And as a priestess, sometimes you're gonna have to just do the ugly, the things that's not the best, basically, that you may not feel is the best for you, but it gets the shit done, basically. And so, like you always say, what's a goon to a goblin? You understand what I'm saying? When you are confident as a priestess, when you know that you are walking in your truth and things like that, you're gonna have to be protected. You're gonna have to be able to tap into different energy sources, basically. For me, I believe that spiritual protection should be done on a weekly basis. I believe someone asked one time, how often should you do spiritual work? That should be done on a weekly basis, just because there are just things that we do not, may not even know, and you always want to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing like you're in the middle of a spiritual warfare or something, or in the middle of something deep, and then you're just not ready. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why divination is key. If you are divining every day, if you are doing like weekly forecasts, if you are asking your ancestors what's going on today, they are going to tell you. You understand? And so I do protection work. If it's not towards anyone in particular, it's just I want protection for my family, myself, my family, and things of that sort. I could just bump a bitch on the train, and then next thing you know, her energy on me. You never know. So you just really want to be careful. You just want to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's just, as a priestess, that's just a must. Okay. So also too, for spiritual protection, something I can give an example. Something I struggle with is like, anger, right? So I know that something I struggle with, anger. So, you can tap into the spirits that walk with you to help transmute these low vibrational behaviors or feelings that you have, right? So for example, I'm asking my spiritual team to transmute my anger into a passion, something that's passion, or transmute my anger to precision so that I'm not contributing to the chaos and confusion, in the world and in other, spiritually as well. So, you want to move with precision when this world is chaotic. You don't run to the fight, you don't record the fight, you run away, you stay away from it, So, and then also too, you can work with your spiritual team if you live in a bad area. You can ask your spiritual team to just guide your path throughout the day, open up paths to least confrontation, to least chaotic. If that means you got to stay on an extra 10 minutes on the bus to make it to a better metro stop that doesn't have a lot of, violence or whatever, or chaos, then sometimes you have to do that. It's a sacrifice, And so let's talk about physical protection. So we talked about spiritual protection, which we, always need to be aware of, but also physical protection as well, right? So like I said, when you get up in the morning, you should be praying for protection, even physical protection. You understand? Physical protection, simple thing as you're not paying attention, you miss a step and you rock your ankle, because maybe, your tile wasn't properly or whatever the case may be. So you always want to pray for physical protection. And I'm going to go further when we go further into class. I'm going to tell you ways that I physically, you can wear certain things for physical protection. Also too, this may not be the route for everyone, but I feel like as women, you should always be have some sort of physical protection on you, whether it's a pepper spray, whether it's a, I like knives myself, but, don't be like me, be better than me, okay? But I do think a woman should be able to physically protect herself if the case may come, or just anyone in general. You understand what I'm saying? So taking a Taekwondo class, just as a way, if someone backs you into an alley, you understand what I'm saying? Come through, Taekwondo, all these different Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing. I wanted to be a boxer when I was little, so you're always going to pray for physical protection as well. Spiritual and physical protection is very, very important. So let's talk about Betty. Let me tell you, Betty Boom, is that like a pew pew? Okay, it might be, but I have I'll tell you a story real fast. So I got into altercation. I used pepper spray, and then they had to check my bag. It was like, where's the pepper spray at? And I was like, it's in my bag. And so like, as the police is like looking through my bags, he's pulling out all types of like, knives and stuff. And he's looking at me. I'm like, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? I'm doing your job for you. I would have been abused and everything, beaten up by the time the police came. So I don't have a pew pew, but I do have some other metalware that I do need to ready up on my pepper spray. And pepper spray is good too. And also they said bear spray, but knowing me, I might spray myself in the eyes. So I would say, just be, as well as you're spiritually protected, you're asking for that, be aware of physical protection as well. So let's also talk about, this is a form of physical protection, but I just categorize it as sexual protection, right? So with sexual protection, we already know, as priestesses and priests, whoever are on here, we know that sex is an exchange of energy. Hey, Brittany. So sex is an exchange of energy, correct, right? So, you know, sometimes we might be lonely and sometimes we're like, I really, I know I shouldn't be messing with this person, but I just want to. And then after you exchange this energy, you just feel depressed or whatever. After I just do, you feel depressed. You feel, that is an exchange of energy. You understand? And so a lot of times we lay up with people knowing that we shouldn't. We expose ourselves to all types of spiritual or energetic, fuckery, basically, or lower vibrational energy because we have exchanged energy. Um, People with lower vibrational energies attached to them, that can attach to you. Sex is a very like vulnerable, unless you maybe you a porn star or something, you just like, but sex is, you're usually vulnerable, you understand? And so that's when these negative energies can, exactly, that's what you, yep. And that's what Omawari talked about yesterday. I was like, dang, get out my head. Okay. But it's very true. Even we are human, and sometimes we don't want to go out and find new peen or whatever, and we'll deal with the consequences of the fuck boy or whatever, right? And so in that case, then feels like sexual protection. You don't know who this person has been sleeping with, using a condom. We ain't talking about, we just not preventing pregnancy. We're preventing STDs and things like that as well. You don't know who this person has been with. You don't know who this person has been laying up with. So also sexual protection. If you're gonna give into the flesh, because we are human and stuff, and you just get tired of playing with your toys all the time, and you feel like you want the real deal, like you have to be able to protect yourself, and then sometimes it might be consequences for that, So, sexual protection is very important because that's an exchange of energy, which leads me to energetic protection, right? So energetic protection is very important. A lot of times we have people in our life that will just drain our energy. And sometimes, a lot of times, they don't even know that they're draining our energies, right? And so when you are energetically depleted, like I said, in the sexual protection portion, that leaves you open for all types of lower vibrational energies to get into, to get at you, because your energy is so low. You're depleted. You ever been with somebody that just, they could say that it's raining outside and they just energy just deplete you like energy vampires, And so, yes, even married people should be careful. Yeah, because honestly, people are not as honest as they should be, and we see it and we hear it all the time. Infidelity is real. So you really have to be careful. So back to energetic protection. I am very adamant about protecting my energy, especially energy that I have control over. I feel like, so you really can't, you don't have a choice who you work with, right? You can have employees, colleagues that would drain your energy, and it's like you come to work at 9 o'clock, it's 9:15, you're ready to go home. And you don't get off to 6 o'clock because they deplete your energy. You understand what I'm saying? So energy vampires, like I said, they leave you open to like spiritual attacks. So they coming in with the 1-2, thank you, ma'am. This is just not one faceted, with protection. You understand? So energy vampire might come in, drain your energy, where your guard is usually up and your intuition is on point, like, nah, I ain't really fucking with her, something is up. But the first wave coming in, bringing down that energy, then the second wave, oh, she's not, in tune like she usually be, let's get her. So there are like many forces at work, and they utilize people as well. Your work people, no one's going to try you like the people on the workplace. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't really control the people that you work with. But in my personal life, I don't hang out with people who drain my energy. I am I believe in setting boundaries. You have to set boundaries. If you are in a relationship or friendship, any type of friendship, family members, a colleague that is just draining your energy, you have to set that boundary and just say that, you come up with whatever it is that you say. Me, I just be cutting people off. I don't think that's the good way to do it. But I feel like if it's between me and you, I got to protect myself. So, I feel really protect your energy with energy vampires. I am a firm believer that I'm asking, if I'm invited to a party, I'm asking who's there, who over there. I'm asking who was invited, because I know there are certain people that can just drain my energy, And to be honest, if you have friends, sometimes your friends have other friends groups, and that they kind of intermingle and things like that. And sometimes you may not rock with your friends, so sometimes you might have to just sit it out, because every time this person comes, it's chaos and confusion. They get drunk, they start talking shit, and then now I'm feeling some sort of way. Also, too, with protecting your energy, energetic protection, I am not friends with anyone who throws shade and be petty and lace it as I'm just playing you in love. I don't do that shit, because then I feel like I have to be on high alert to catch your shade, and I don't operate like that. So I feel like if you are a person that be throwing shade all the time, you lace it up, oh, it's just love, and you make me feel bad about you, bring my energy down, we can't be friends, because I'm not friends with people like that. So we have to start making, decisions about who we want to spend energy with. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves as well, to avoid adding to the chaos and confusion, if this is even worth my energy to respond. Sometimes I know that, say for an example, I know as a woman, sometimes it's damn if you do, damn if you don't, right? With men, right? So a man could tell you good morning. If you say hi, then it might open up a door and he might think that he can get in. But if you don't say something, it's like, fuck you, bitch. You know how fragile the male ego can be, or whatever, So sometimes I have to ask myself, is it even worth it? Is it even worth my energy? Do I just say hello and just like, oh, I got to keep it moving, but then it's putting myself uncomfortable, right? Another example would be this guy that will always ask for money. And the last time I told him no, he cursed me out. And so I seen him again and I just ignored him, because I was like, I'm not even gonna spend my energy on it, because if I say sorry, no sorry, it's gonna be like, fuck you, bitch, and all this other stuff. And it ended up, it was like, damn if I do, damn if I don't, I got cursed out anyway, right? So sometimes some things are just avoidable. But then also, too, I'll talk about, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. There are going to be people that's going to come with that chaos and confusion. But, there's ways that you can just, protect yourself and just sometimes let them go on their merry way. Okay. Also, listen to your intuition. If you have a friend who energy is off, like, why would you continue to still be their friend? Why would you continue to, still try to be in their presence if their energy is off? So that is, adding to the chaos as well. You're supposed to be removing yourself from it. You understand? I often wonder, because I ain't divine on it, because, it's just, I just be working on divine shit in my life. But, young lady Shanquilla, if she ever, and I feel like she probably has, if she ever got any inclination that these motherfuckers were on shit and they were hating, or allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, because I don't know if they did or not, I haven't divine. My ancestors was like, girl, we got other things we can talk about than Shanquilla. No disrespect, Shanquilla. But I often wonder if she got that energy that these people are not shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, has there ever been signs? Have there anyone ever came back and told her? You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes if you are tapped in to your Ori and with your spiritual team, they're going to tell you when these motherfucking energies are off. You understand? And sometimes we be so pressed for motherfucking friends that we would, disregard the intuition and stuff that we are getting, the downloads that we're getting from our spiritual team. And then guess what? Then it's like more shit that you have to clean up. And now you're part of the chaos, I'm going to tell you this. Every friend that I had a falling out with, my spiritual teams told me from the get-go not to fuck with them. I'm the type of person, like, I'm trying to, now I realize it's my intuition. As younger, I just be like, I don't fuck with her. I don't know why it is. I don't fuck with her. And then it will work real hard to be my friend. I'm like, okay, maybe I am being me. No, girl, you still should have been me, because this girl's going to prove to you that she ain't shit. And sometimes it might take years for this stuff to, come out. And, but the thing about it, when your ancestors, when your spiritual team are telling you that this energy is off, you need to tell, because this bitch probably somewhere doing some sly ass shit, and your ancestors probably trying to tell you, your spiritual team's trying to tell you, but you don't like to sit with yourself. You don't like to travel alone. Let me tell y'all, I am a solo travel, okay? I had some people who are no longer friends. We went to out of the country, and this bitch showed her ass, and I knew from that day forward, like, I understand why y'all was telling me in the 7th grade not to fuck with her. And this was from the 7th grade, and we in our adulthood, and I was like, I know why y'all was telling me not to fuck with her in the 7th grade. Okay, so sometimes we don't trust ourselves, and sometimes we overthink things. But when spirit is telling you don't fuck with these people, don't fuck with these people. And so that's another thing too. If I ain't fucking with you in stateside, then we cannot travel. We're not cool like that. Your energy is off. So trust your energy, trust the energy that the downloads that your spiritual team are giving you about certain people. It's not you overthinking things. It's not you being a bad person. Hey, Nasia, that's my niece, y'all. It's not any of that. It's your energy is telling you that y'all energies don't mesh, and it's okay. Like how these girls be on reality TV and stuff. They don't really like each other in real life, but they keep coming back to the show. Let me tell you, I don't care how much money you got. I'm not being on no show willingly with some girls that want chaos and confusion and trying to, bring down my family. I think not. Okay. So that's not going to happen. Okay. So let's talk about quickly financial protection as well. So, with protection it's multi-layered, basically, and as you start to spiritually elevate, you not spiritually, but as you financially elevate as well as spiritually elevate, you want to make sure that you're protecting you're saying a prayer of protection over your finances. Those are in the coven. Y'all know what y'all should be doing to really protect your finances and elevate your finances, so yeah, learning about wall water and learn using iron with protection, wearing iron nail pendants, great for protection. Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a very surface class because I really just don't know who's really watching and things like that. But if y'all want to go to a real priestess class, then definitely that wall water, that iron and things like that, that's definitely, especially if you're going to war with someone, okay? But hopefully we won't have to get there. We're being, proactive instead of reactive, so we don't want to have to use that wall water. We don't want to have to, call in these energies that's walking with us. And also too, saying, I just want to go back a little bit with spiritual protection. You should not be tapping into any type of energy that you don't have authorization, any type of spiritual energy that you don't have any authorization tapping into, especially if you are not familiar with these energies that you are that these energies, I don't want to say that walk with you, but these certain energies, and I'm not going to go into too much details, but if y'all understand what I'm putting down, then y'all know. So you just want to be very careful about, when you are doing protection work, make sure you're divining on this protection, spiritual protection work as well and stuff before you start mixing everything together, and then your ass gonna be spiritually taxed in these spiritual streets, and then you got to go to your spiritual godmother, be like, girl, can you help me? Ancestors told me not to do this, but I done summoned up an Orisha, work with Orisha, and now I got all chaos and confusion in my life. I'm part of the chaos and confusion, okay? My baby daddy kicked down the door, waving the 4th floor. All you heard was, Papa, don't hit me no more. Hopefully they don't cut that out, but y'all get what I'm saying, right? So as you are elevating, you also want to do protection for your finances as well. On Money Mondays, everybody know it's Money Mondays. If you're a part of the coven, you know what day that is. You could be doing spiritual work for, your finances. Let me tell you, Ain't nobody gonna hate on you like an automatic payment, okay? No matter how much you can set a reminder for the automatic payment, them joints be coming out at the wrong time, okay? So you also want to just be able to protect your finances. Any institution that's coming that's doing something fraudulent, wasn't Bank of America doing something the other day, not too long ago, so you also just want to have protection over that, because there are a lot of scammers. There are a lot of scammers out here that there's a GoFundMe for everything. Okay. I'm about to do a GoFundMe so my daughter can go on her school trip. I'm playing. I'm about to tap into my spiritual team. Okay. We're about to make it happen. And I'll show y'all the pictures. But there are people out here that are like financial, predators. You understand what I'm saying? So you also want to be protected at that. And these times are crazy. Eggs are like expensive as a mug, So you have people out here that are pickpocketing, that could get into your phone information. I always tell them, if y'all trying to rob me, y'all are practicing, because I ain't got anything but for y'all, okay? Y'all gonna be mad, okay? Please, okay? Before y'all even do it. But hopefully your spiritual team will tell you, don't fuck with her, okay? So let's talk about a big one. Protection for your family, but I'm going to gear this towards protection for your children, because I am a mom, and you also can apply it to, your family just in general. Okay. So I feel it is very important to keep your loved ones, especially your children, protected as you start to spiritually elevate as a priestess and you start tapping into your power. Motherfuckers won't be able to get to you, but they're going to try to get to you through your children and your family. Okay. So just as well, you will be remiss if you are up here dripped in all your protective gear and everything, and your kid out here just with box braids and living their life. You understand what I'm saying? Just out here in the world unprotected, in this time of day, they have all types of things going on in school. They got school pew pew pew, you know what I'm talking about. They have these bullyings and stuff. Just the school is just, I don't know, it's just not how it was when I was a kid. And so I, in addition to covering myself, in the morning before my feet touch my ground, I am saying a prayer for my daughter as well. My daughter is 10, so she's at this transitional stage where she's going to middle school next year. And so we are prepping for middle school. We're just prepping for life just in general. And I want to be proactive instead of reactive. So sometimes my daughter's not with me with the prayer, and I have to tell her, like, girl, I will shut this all down. This is prayer. Okay. Hey, Savon, that's my nephew too. Oh, my family up in here. I love y'all. And I hope y'all be using my protection stuff too. But thank y'all for letting me work with y'all and stuff. I love my family, for real, for real. Those that love me. And so, my daughter the prayers may be a little bit too extensive, and my daughter's just humping. But guess what? She's going to sit there. She's going to listen to this Ori prayer. She's going to listen to these different prayers that we're saying in the morning as layers. We're basically laying ourselves for our protection. You understand what I'm saying? So, something that has helped with me as I'm incorporating my daughter into my practice as a priestess, and as someone that we live in a city. We live in DC. DC is just, if you know the DMV, then you know the DMV is particularly DC. I am in DC, so if you know anything about a big city, it's just a lot of chaos and confusion. Not too long ago, this man, I can't make this shit up, and I don't lie, and so I'm not making this up. This man bumped me on the escalator, and I just thought maybe I was like in a way or whatever. He did a little hard, and I was like, dang. But then, I'm working on not being confrontational, you understand? So I just let it slide, and then I realized he had a little smell, so I was like, all right, he might be like a homeless person or something, right? So I let you slide, bumping me, and this is a man, like a big man, you understand? And do you know this guy hit my daughter, bumped into my daughter, and hit her with an umbrella? No matter how much prayer you could do, sometimes it's just people out here, like I said, that just wakes up to cause chaos and confusion and stuff like that. And so I had to do what had to be done or whatever. And thank God it didn't go into no blows. I just threw a, couple lemonade at his head, to let him know, like, what the fuck? Like, you know. So so then I realized that people could not get to me. So now they would start to do fucked up shit to my daughter, right? So then I'm like, oh no, that's not gonna happen. Another example was like people just speeding and almost hit my daughter. A car almost hit my daughter, like so little things like that. So I started realizing, oh, now y'all trying to go for my loved ones. And that's why I said you have to keep your loved ones protected. So for my daughter, what we started making bracelets, anklets, waist beads, and I let her do that as well. So she feels like, she's putting her ashe into it. We're gonna keep it structured as a priestess. We're not about to do all these colors. There's intention for what we are doing, but because we are making these things as a form of protection for her, we want her to have her own ashe in it, And I make her do her prayer. She says her prayer. I might guide her because she may not understand what I see as a mother that is going on in the world and things like that. Like, these motherfucking kids in school are bad, okay? These kids are bad. These kids are bad, and the parents are just as bad, okay? And so I realized that it's trickling from, a lot of this stuff is trickling from the parents to the kids. So it's like these generational stuff that we're working for, right? And so my daughter is very nice. She wants to be everyone's friend. You know how 10-year-old girls were. I wasn't like that 10 years old. I was an angry 10-year-old. And but my daughter is the opposite. So wherever she lacks, I fill in the gap. And then wherever I lack, my ancestors and my spiritual team fill in the gap, and they tell me how to ways that I can protect her. Sachets, my daughter don't even know. I made a whole little sachet, and I put it right in her book bag, and she don't even know that it's in her book bag at all. Like, she hasn't said anything to me about it. But yeah, and then I was like, okay, let me take it a layer. You can also do sigils. And so if you are part of the covenant, and if just in general, if you know anything about sigils and seals and things like that, you can put a seal in your kids' clothing. You understand? If you put it in their shirt, the shirt is going to stay on them unless they at school stripping, and they should not be, right? Wherever they walk, you want protection as they walk, right? So you can do a sigil inside their shoe. I wouldn't say at the bottom of the shoe, because kids playing mud and stuff, it's a done deal unless you like carve it in. But you could put a sigil inside your kids' shoes, their clothes, as a way of protection, especially as kids get into their teenage, as they start transitioning to a teenager. There's a lot of things as a teenager that I just did that was just like crazy that I never thought about. You understand? So, what I might think is going for a joyride, it can be a recipe for disaster. Girl, go sit your ass down somewhere. You understand? So, and yes, Ajay Igbe, what had to be done. Sometimes as a mother, I tweedle with, like, not being too aggressive, and then also like protecting my kids. But, I'm an equal opportunist, from the fetus to the corpse, if you catch my drift. And so also I feel like you have to match energies, because, I want my daughter to be protective, but I also don't want her to be a pushover and things like that. So, she ain't got to start no shit, but we want to prevent any shit coming to her, Also, I do a protection spray. So I've made like this protection spray. This was like December that I have made, that I collaborate with my spiritual team, and I spray my daughter. We stand in a circle and we spray down. Okay, my daughter's like, you're doing too much. And then after school, I asked if there was any problems, and she was like, no, it was all good. And I was like, yeah, I thought so. Okay, and so I do an oil as well. So I in addition to my prayer, if I need be, if my spiritual team tell me to layer some shit, I'm gonna layer some shit. I'll put some spray in, some spray on, and oil my daughter, put on her third eye, and my daughter be like, look, but it does what it's supposed to do, okay? So that I talk about oils, also spiritual baths. So now I'm talking about ways that I protect my daughter, but also this is inclusive to myself as well. Spiritual baths. I love a good spiritual bath. I love collaborating with my spiritual team to make a spiritual bath. I also have started, as I elevate, which I actually love, because those that know me know that I am component of Ori, like Ori is you. And I have been able to tap into my daughter's Ori, which is like phenomenal because there are certain ways that I can help her as well. And so I love collaborating with my daughter's Ori and her spiritual team to, make things that's going to benefit her. My daughter's spiritual team and my daughter Ori knows exactly what she needs. I might think I know what she needs as a mother, but my daughter's Ori and her spiritual team be like, no, she needs this. And so I love collaborating with them to better help, so my daughter can be able to navigate this crazy world that we live in. So I do a spiritual bath. My daughter, she knows what a spiritual bath is. She already know, okay, there's no toys in the bath today. We're going to listen to this music. I'm going to wear all white. My hair going to get wet. She already knows. So we are laying the foundation for her. And spiritual baths also is a way for you to be protective. It's not just for your kids, you can tell when you need a spiritual bath. For me, I feel the energies all over me. My spirits are telling me, girl, cleanse, 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 And so spiritual bath is another way that you can be protected. And what we're doing currently, we're doing spiritual baths on a Sunday, a sun bath, which I love because Sunday is the day that I set the foundation for the work week, Even though I'm praying every day, I'm going to my spiritual team, telling them my intentions for the week, things that I need help with, things that I'm struggling with, things that I want to see. We're setting a foundation. So I love that on Sundays we're doing these spiritual baths and, for setting a foundation for the week, and, just for spiritual protection as well. Another thing that a lot of people, I don't know if they know or not, but you can do a protection soap. I think I did a protection soap for my family as well. I did a protection soap, and I'm just going to, you can use black soap, and you can use any enchanted herbs that based off your intentions, and you put your ashe in it and you just form the balls, enchanting and things like that. So if need to be, some people may not be spiritual baths type of people. I would highly recommend you grow up and do it. But also too, a soap might work as well. Protection soap. And someone was talking about an amulet. Oh, Linda. She was talking about, what's she talking about? Yeah, so she wearing an iron nail pendant, which is great for protection. If you know anything about iron and who governs iron, then that is also great as well. So amulets as well. The thing with your spiritual protection, you can be just as creative as you want to, as long as you have the okay with your spiritual team. If your spiritual team is saying, girl, we really just want you to save this motherfucking house, but you up here taking all the spiritual baths, girl, and then you going out and then bullshit, you bringing all the bullshit into the negative party. Your house is the negative spirit party house, okay? Because all they want you to do is just sage, but you just want to keep doing spiritual baths. Girl, that's not what we asked for. That's not what you need, okay? So, or sometimes they might just be like, wear an amulet, wear some sort of jewelry that's going to repel, certain energies and certain type of people. And so another thing I want to talk about is protection of the home. So I love my home. My home is my sanctuary. For those that know my story, I was like once homeless at one point, not street homeless, thank Allah Damare, but I did have to live with a friend, and it's nothing like having your own shit. When you have your own shit, you work to protect it because you know what it feels like not to have, right? So for me, my home is my sanctuary. Don't invite yourself to my house because I will look at you through the door. I'm very particular. I love to host. And when my friends are in town, y'all know we having a party, okay? But these are hand-selected friends that I fuck with, okay? And so I'm very particular about the energy that I bring into my house, right? So if I know that I don't fuck with you in real life, or if my ancestors are telling me don't have him come to the house, then you should be able to have that intuition, be able to realize that energy and realize that you don't want that energy in your house. So I'm very particular. I even told my friend, I told my daughter that her friends are going to be mad at her, and their feelings are going to get hurt, because I don't know why kids like to invite themselves to your house. And I told my daughter, like, they just don't invite themselves to my house. They mama don't, first of all, I don't know their mama. If I know their mama don't talk to me. And then I just don't like other people's kids. Like, I like kids, but I like spending time with my daughter. I don't like bad kids. And so it was like close to 9 o'clock, and this little boy still haven't come. And I texted the little boy. It was like, you could might as well wrap it up, because first of all, it's 9 o'clock. I don't need no type of energy coming up in my house. You know, old people say you can't open the door after 10 o'clock because you be letting ghosts and goblins. My sister used to always say that. She used to always curse us out when we were like teenagers. Y'all not coming in my house all late because y'all gonna let ghosts and goblins. And I'm like, girl, you the ghost and goblin. What is going on? It's right here in the house. We're not bringing anything. They're in the house. You're the ghost and goblin. So you're the negative energy. So I'm very particular. And so I told the little boy, like, he can't come over. It's 9 o'clock. What are y'all doing at 9 o'clock? Y'all not about to be up all night running around to my house. I think not. And you just want protection of your home. Also, too, just physical. You don't know what kind of bugs and kids be having. Roaches be traveling. That's protection of the home. Okay, so in addition to not having certain motherfuckers in my house, ways that I protect my home that has been effective for me is my house is basically a seal. Okay, it is an enchanted seal from the gate to the front gate to the back gate, even to where the trash cans are. Okay. And so something that has worked for me, I put salt by my doors, just for protection. My house is my sanctuary. People are busting down the doors. Didn't I say they busting down the doors, waving the 4-4s? Okay. Or they're coming in and they're acting like, I had a man come and act like he was like some energy saver. And let me tell you, my intuition was like, girl, don't let this man in the door. And I know he felt some sort of way because I talked to him through the window. And I was like, I'm not even a homeowner. I can't give you anything. And he was like, well, can I come back tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be there at 3 o'clock. I was in the office that day. Okay. And so my intuition was telling me not to open that door for that guy. Now, he might have took offense because he might have been like, oh, I was doing that because he was a black guy, but I would have did it to the white. I would have even did it to the cat. Okay. If the cat knocked on my door. Okay. My home is, and once you cross that threshold with some foolishness and fuckery, then it's whatever. Like if you make it through to my door with that, then it's just like, we just gotta let the spirits rock. Okay. So salt, I put salt at my front door, my back door. Of course I'm enchanting the salt. When you are working with, herbs and things, you are commanding the herbs, you are building a relationship. You are telling the herbs exactly what you want them to do. Okay. So I tell the herbs exactly. I tell the salt exactly. Keep motherfuckers at my house, keep lower vibrational energies. Anyone that does want harm to myself and my daughter, and anyone that I allow in my house, and even we did a exercise with a particular seal in the coven. This was like before the winter. And so I was, you're supposed to divine after you do your work, right? So I was divining. I used a particular energy, and the energy was like, this work, we want you to layer this work. And I was like, oh, cool. So how am I supposed to do this? And I had to think. And so I did a whole nother working and that was approved, with a seal as a way to protect my home. And this is another way that I protect my home. And I was like, this is good. I got to use this, this seal. I got to learn about this seal. I did a working with this seal. And now they're like, okay, let's enhance it. So that's what when we talk about layering your work and stuff, just because it's done doesn't mean that it's done. You understand what I'm saying? So there's other ways that you can layer and use your work, incorporate into other work. And so And so I use that. I put into oil and I put it at the base of my doors as well, you know. And it includes an iron nail. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, you learn different ways. And if your ancestors approve of it, like I always say, there's not one way to magic, you know, unless you have to do the foundational. You have to know the foundational of magic. Don't be out here bullshit and stuff. But also, too, if your ancestors give you the okay, you divine on your spiritual team is like, yeah, let's do this. This is the outcome, because you're always going to ask about the outcome. Then just do it. You know, what may not be good for me might be good for you. You know, your ancestors might be on it. You know, some ancestors might just, you know, be like, you know, fight or flight. My ancestors are kind of like, we're gonna protect you, but you know, you're gonna be in for the fight. Okay. I know we working. So another way that you can protect your home, sage. Sage is a good, my daughter just be like, what is going on? And I'm like, girl, just use your nebulizer, go in the bathroom and just, you'll be fine. Okay, let's open up these windows. But sage is like when you would just want to clear shit out. You just want to clear all energy out, because sage is a clear. It's going to take everything out. And sometimes, depending on where you've been, who's been in your house, what has happened in your home, you know, you might just want to get all this stuff out. You have to probably just clear your home, your whole house out. Also, too, I think people know this, but when you say you're supposed to open up the windows, please make sure you open up the windows and stuff, because you just don't want the, you know, the spirits doing the cha-cha slide out the way, and then you can't sleep at night because the negative energy is still here, you know. So if you're going to sage, you could bring it back in with some Palo Santo, with some sweetgrass, something like that will bring in higher vibrational energy. I like to do cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Cinnamon will bring in high vibrational energies as well. Cinnamon is can also protect. Okay, so that's just another thing as well. Another thing in addition to, and I'm just telling y'all what works for me, and I don't want to say a gentrified area. No, I don't. I live in a granddaddy area. Basically, there's a whole bunch of old DC people that just haven't sold their homes. And basically, so the area is like pretty decent, but you go a block over, it's going to be bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. I was in the bed praying the other day and it was gunshots, and I was like, you know, hopefully they ran. I don't know. So this has worked for me, because there has been just a lot of foolishness and fuckery within this radius that I live in. So I also, in addition to putting salt on, you know, at the back in front of my door, I also use Solomon seal. If you know anything about Solomon seal, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but that is a great protection. And if you know anything about King Solomon, you know, I don't want to get into a whole nother lecture, but if y'all know anything about him, then y'all know. If y'all don't, look him up, because I don't want to go on a tangent, and I don't want to be talking about casting out evil and all this other stuff. But, you know, I do have seals, sacred seals in my house as a, you know, form that has been enchanted, it's been doing its due. So, like I said, my house is very protected. So you can use a sacred seal in your house as a way, you know, you can use at your front door, your back door, the four corners of your house and stuff, as a way for protection. Floor washes is another way that I protect my home. This is a real hoodoo way, you know, for those of us that are, you know, we honor our ancestors the way that they did it, whether it was Ifa, whether it was, you know, voodoo, whether it was, you know, hoodoo, and even our Christian ancestors. You know, sometimes I play a little Christian music. You know, I play a little gospel music. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because it's still very effective, is what I say. So I try to honor all of, you know, I can't honor all of them, but the ones that I know that have done hoodoo and all these other things, I try to, you know, just pay homage by doing things how they've done it, you know. And so floor washes, I have a couple of floor washes that I do on Saturdays when we are supposed to clean up our altar space, and we change out our altars and stuff. I'm cleaning my whole house with that floor wash. Okay, I'm cleaning the floor, which is regular, cleaning for the floor. And then I'm coming back in with the floor wash, and I'm just praying and playing the music and setting attention for what the floor wash is supposed to bring, what it's supposed to do. You understand? And sometimes if I'm got to do it, I'll rub down the walls as well. So floor washes are also a good way to protect your home. Like I said, you can't control anything outside of your home, but when you are inside, I know when I'm inside, I have full control unless the washing machine ain't working, something electronical ain't working and shit. But everything else, I have control over. And so I try to keep the craziness out. Sometimes the house be like, girl, you crazy, you gotta go too. And I'm like, okay. So, and I go spend the night at somebody's house. But so floor washes is another one. Ifun, you can use Ifun to draw a sacred circle around your property, and you're telling the Ifun what you want, keeping certain things out, If you ever noticed that, if you are really like, I've noticed that there are people who say that they would come to my house, and then I'd be like, okay, and then something just happens and they don't come. That's just like, I know that it's people their energy has to be out. Like, definitely has to be out. And the ancestors don't want them to cross that threshold, okay? You can't even meet me at the gate, okay? And so, and then also, too, another way to protect your home, like I said, just don't let certain niggas in your house. Like, if you just know the energy is off, why would you even let them in your house? They probably just want to see what you got up in your house anyway, so they can run and tell everybody. Like, I understand why my mama always says she don't let certain people in her house, okay? And my mom was a clean freak, a neat freak. Like, it wasn't because the house was dirty. My mom was just like, y'all not coming up in my house. And I get it. As a person that now has her own, I totally understand. So let's talk about, because we're going to wrap this up. So let's talk about the herbs, some of the herbs that I use. I don't want to go too deep into the herbs. If you are a part of the coven, then you should have a book, a few sources for herbs. And I know Omojole is the herb goddess because she knows everything about herb, okay? And so one of the herbs that I use as a priestess that I always just have in my arsenal is origami. I know some people might say agrimony, but I say origami. And so I always have that on my to-go. Also, too, can I rewind? Anyone that is a priestess in training, or just like in general, especially if part of the coven, like, you need to have a go bag. And if you don't have that like list, I can like give it to y'all. But you need to always have something on the go, where if something pops off as a priestess, you just won't be like, yeah, you could depend on your prayers, but sometimes you got to make shit move. And sometimes you need a tea light candle. Sometimes you need a match. Sometimes you need something else, So you should always have a go bag just in case some shit pop off. Anytime that I travel to Atlanta, I always bring my go bag because I just don't know what Iya's have us doing. I just don't know if she needs cloaking. I don't know what. So it's always good. And I also have it like when I just travel in general. Okay. So origami. So this is a protection herb. It banishes negative energies and spirits, and it break hexes for all y'all to be like, I'm out here hexed and stuff. Yes, she is an herb encyclopedia. Okay. I'll give you the go bag. I have one in my car and let me tell you, and can I tell y'all, I don't know if one of my sisters is on here, but my sister's boyfriend used to drive trucks, right? And first of all, he can't drive. I don't know how he got his CDL. It was through the grace of Olodumare. But because he was driving up and down the road, I made like a little protection sachet for him that he would hang in his car. I wish my sister was on here so she can attest to this. But she was telling me that he almost got into an accident. The person, I think, in front of him got into an accident. He was able to swerve and stuff. As a priestess, I'm going to say my shit worked, and that's just what it is. And so I'm going to say my stuff is effective. And so having, protection, like Belle was saying, in your car, if you are not protecting your car, doing some type of cloaking, if you're not doing some sort of protection work over your car, then you should be doing that as well. And then also too, if who governs transportation, you understand what I'm saying? So you can also just be doing protection work, with your spiritual team is about that as well. I know for me, because I take public transportation, I do work with a particular energy, because just on my day to day, I take the bus and the train. Okay. And so, there was someone was shooting at the train station the other day, just like little things like that, like these girls was fighting on the train. I said, oh, I will be the one calling 911 today. Okay. And I said, these girls out here about to start fighting, and it ain't my business, but these kids are out of control, so just like, so I, particularly ask for protection on my day-to-day commute. Please protect me as I'm leaving, my daughter and I are leaving. Please protect us on as we get back. And our transit, just, because you don't know what's going on with other cars. You don't know what's going on with the driver. You don't know what's going on with the passengers. You understand? People just have a bad day and they just want to put that on other people. And you just want to get to work at 9:00 on a Wednesday morning and some bitch blowing smoke in your face. Like, so you have to, or you just want to go about your business. And this is man that's bumping you and your child, you got to throw a drink at his head. So, you have to, just really be spiritually aware, if y'all get what I'm saying. So, rosemary is another one that is my go-to. I love rosemary. I like to eat rosemary. Okay. I like to dry them joints out. Okay. I like rosemary essential oils. Okay. I like anything about rosemary. Okay. If I have a next child, her middle name might be Rosemary because I really love rosemary. Okay. And so I'm just saying. And so rosemary is also for, you can use for protection, purification, healing, and exorcism. So for those that, y'all self-hexers, I think I was talking about that before, self-hexers and stuff, they're always saying, somebody hex me. Nah, it's probably it's the consequences for your actions, okay? For the foolishness and fuckery because you're not in alignment. So ain't nobody hex you. It's just the consequences of the things that you've done, okay? And so, but if you are hexed, if you're ever hexed, that is a good herb to use. Also, just don't be going around using it divine first, because your spiritual team might think that you might need something else instead of rosemary. So they might think that you need Solomon seal. Solomon seal is like I said, the herb that I love. And Solomon seal is, of course, for protection, exorcism. You can also, I place it at the base of my doors, the front and back, but you can put it on the four corners of your home as well to keep negative energy out. Negative vibration. You want now, if anything, I want to be loving light. I want for my house to be loving light. When my friends come, I want them to be like, I had so much fun at your house, Priestess Omo Shule. They won't call me that, but if y'all want to, y'all can. Priestess Omo Shule, I had so much fun at your house. Girl, I felt safe. I don't know what the hell's going on in your prayer room, but I just feel protected. And, I want my house, my house is a living seal. Not a living, it's a seal, basically, that is just protection for the area around it. Shoot, my neighbors just might get a gist of, of this goodness, of this protection, just because of the close proximity that we're in. Because in DC, there's no such thing as spaces and houses. Okay, so, and then also I would recommend, Solomon seal is good. You can get it online. I don't want to say where, because we're not really trying to advertise people. Exactly, rosemary is clutch. Okay, and rosemary is clutch if you want to do your chicken. Okay, I made some turkey wings the other day. And I did some rosemary and stuff. It looked really good. It tastes really good. My daughter said it was good. Ancestor said it was good, so I did good. But the rosemary was like based. I love rosemary. And if I can properly grow it this year, I'll be so excited. So let's talk about crystals. Okay. I am not a crystallologist. What do y'all call it, Brittany? What do y'all, is it called a crystal? It's not called a crystallologist. I made it up. What do y'all call it? What do y'all call? Yes, and you can infuse oils with rosemary. I have a friend. Let me tell you, I have a friend who used to do his own oils and stuff, and he used to like infuse it with peppers and stuff. I need to, like, his rosemary infused oil was like the bomb. I need to start learning how to do it properly. But yeah, rosemary is, and also too, y'all, for y'all that got dandruff, for y'all that have thin hair, you could put rosemary oil on your scalp. Of course, you're gonna dilute it with the carrier oil, but I put rosemary, also mixed with tea tree, and castor oil. I have an abundantly blessed oil that I sell. It smells amazing. Girl, go ahead, put that in there. Put your information in there. I like stuff that smells amazing. Okay. And just in case someone is interested. But yeah, so I forgot what I was saying, so I'm going to go on to the next thing. So I'm no crystallologist, but I'm not very, vast in crystals, but the ones that work for me, they work for me. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. And as people, I'm starting to learn from different people. I know that Brittany, when we went to the plant medicine retreat, she gave me a mojo bag full of crystals to help me sleep help me remember my dreams, because I do not remember my dreams. And so I want to publicly say thank you, Brittany, for that, because we're still working on it. I got to show you a picture of which one I'm using, but not to go on a tangent. So the crystals, these are crystals that work for me. You can do your own experiment to see what works for you. You can also get these in like little balls where you can do bracelets and stuff. I have like an amethyst one. I make a lot of jewelry for my daughter. I'm using crystals and things of that sort, and like little pebbles and stuff. So my first one that I like is black tourmaline. And so I actually have one right here. It's kind of like a rough cut. I don't know if y'all can see that. So black tourmaline, of course, we're using this for protection against negative energy, any low vibrational energy. You can also carry it with you. I have this in my purse as well. I also have it at my desk at work, because ain't nobody gonna try you like the motherfuckers on the job. Okay. So, and my desk is like basically like sitting seal and stuff. I know my colleagues be like, what the hell is this? It's protection against you. Now leave me alone. Okay. So tourmaline, I have tourmaline at my desk as well. And so it also helps for, if you're a social worker, this is, if you're like in mental health, you are a therapist, like if you're meeting someone that you're not feeling easy about, if you got to go visit someone, you can carry this, because I can't tell you how many times as a social worker, these people having me, I really did have to kick down the door one day. It was like so much fun. I'm going to tell this one day, but I really had to like kick down the door. It was like a whole bunch of drug people and stuff that took over apartment. And so I would, carry tourmaline on me, because they had me going to these places that was just like, it was like some of the DC ghetto. It was the ghetto within the ghetto. It was the hood within the hood. And I used to have to go a lot of times because I was Black. I'm like, the fuck? Because I was Black, and they thought that I was with the shits, which I was, but I don't want to be fighting at my job. I need money, okay? I need money. I can't be like broke and, got a record, okay? And so this is black tourmaline. This is like a rough cut, so it's kind of like, you can kind of feel it on your hands, and it's good because I need it all on me anyway. So that's black tourmaline. And so if you're a social worker, therapist, you go, you meet with people that just give you like, kind of have your antennas raised up. If you have to go to house visits and things like that, or if you just work in someone's house, you're exterminating roaches and stuff. You don't want these low vibrational roaches coming on you. So we're hoping that hopefully black tourmaline can help. I don't know, because roaches, they outlive the dinosaurs, so they're a whole nother breed. You might need something else for them. So the next one I have, do I have it? I hope I do. I thought I had, oh, I do. Selenite. So this is actually what Brittany gave me. Yeah, rosemary is great for hair growth. Yeah, I think that's what I was talking about, but then I went off on a tangent. Rosemary is really good for hair growth. for dandruff. I put it in my castor oil and let it seep. I use it for my daughter, so for all of y'all that are going through, you have thin edges, you have your crown is thinning or whatever, and even for men too. I hopefully do that before y'all start doing these implants and stuff, hair follicle implants. But anyway, so selenite. So this is what Brittany gave me. Actually, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And selenite is very soft as well, but it clears energy, heavy and stagnant energy. Especially if you have like heavy and stagnant energy in your home, in your office, you need to get those people out, hopefully they get fired, just put them there and hopefully they start transitioning out the workplace. Okay. And so it's also a cleansing stone as well. So this is what I use. I have a couple of pieces of selenite, especially like in my prayer room, because I just don't, when I'm going with my ancestors, I don't want to, be calling on the ancestors that, out here slapping, beating up the aunties and stuff, taking out babies and stuff. So I just want high vibrational. So energies rocking with me. Okay. When I call. Okay. And then the last one is obsidian. This is another, it's black as well, but this is a smaller one. This is one that Brittany gave me as well. Can y'all see? Hopefully y'all can see it. So of course, obsidian is for protection. Oh, should also be in your gold bag as well. And I'll give y'all the list or whatever. But if you can have a piece of like obsidian small like this to carry on you, it would that would really help you as well. So it also draws out stress and tension. If you have a lot of stress and tension in your life, and it's the ability to block, absorb, and transmute negative energy. And so, yeah, so these are some of the tips that has helped me. Hopefully it has helped you. I've also, like I said, I didn't go too much detail about having protective things in your car, but also make sure you have it in your car. If you know how to cloak your car, make sure you're cloaking your car. If you drive long distances, if you got to drive back and forth, if you just use your car, you should be having some sort of protection around your car, around you. You should be protecting yourself at all times. You understand? So whether it's wearing your jewelry, wearing a necklace, I have anklets and stuff and weights. My daughter just did her first weight speed and we're can't wait till it's ready and stuff because it's gonna be over. Okay. And so, yeah, so that is my class. Did anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Like I said, this is just for me that I have experienced things that has helped me as a priestess. As you see, even though, like I said, in my last class, you can be a priestess. And sometimes that just invite motherfuckers to come in and be like, oh, you're a priestess. Let me try you. Okay. And so you just want to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So that's why I said from the time you wake up, your eyes wake up, you are thanking God. Before your feet touch the ground, you are thanking your spiritual team. Before you head out that door, you're going to say a prayer of protection. Even throughout the day, I say little prayers and stuff, especially when I could be in the middle of a situation and it's just like we see shit is going high. And I just be like, okay, let me just, excuse myself, or I start grabbing on my leggings. Okay. If it's a particular energy that I'm like working with, that I have, and I'm just like, okay, if I'm my Ori, I'm like, Ori girl, okay, tame my temper, watch the things that I say, let it be reflective of Olodumare, girl, see it from a bigger picture, girl, or girl, how about just walk the fuck away. Okay. And so, yeah. So where can we send love donations? Okay. So love donations. And this is just a part of me being like a real priestess and just being in the real world and, trying to have balance. If y'all want to send me love donations, my Cash App is $ fuck you, pay me 0917. No, it's fuck you, pay me 917. Don't judge me. I'm still a work in progress. Okay. And so it's $ fuck you, pay me $9.17. So I hope that this was like very informative for you all. If you guys don't have any questions, then does anybody else have any questions? I want to thank my family for coming out. Because y'all could have been anywhere on 5:25 p.m. Is it 5? No, it's not. Is it? Yeah, it is 5:25. Why does my computer say 4? I don't know. Yes, fuck you, pay me $9.17. Sorry, that's sometimes when I want money, I'm like, fuck you, pay me. Okay, but that just shows that I have a personality. Sometimes I could just be as ratchet. I could be ratchet and holy. Which side do y'all want? Okay, not even holy, but more of a priestess, because I don't want to say holy. But yes. Oh yeah. Yes, you can definitely ask you. You can ask me a question. You know where to find me. If you're on Discord, I am Priestess Almost Shule with the Ori and the swords. And so, yes, also, so for those, I got a whole little spew. Hold on for a second. I got a whole little spew. I really hope that you guys take this into consideration. I want to thank my family for coming up. My nephew was up in here. Okay. My nieces was up in here. My sister, my brother. I love you guys so much. I love my family. Okay. And my family love me, the ones that love me. Okay. The other ones, we working on that, I guess. And then also to the coven, of course, you ladies, and those that are not in the coven, thank you to my friends, Reese F. Baby, and my friend Steven. These are like people who are not a part of ATR at all, and just let me be authentically be myself. I say that all the time because I don't think you guys know how important it is to have a support system. Oh, Tavon up in here, Tavon up in here. And this is these are my support teams. Like as I was transitioning and trying to figure out what I want to do spiritually, sometimes they looked at me crazy. Sometimes they gave me suggestions, but they just let me do what I do. And then a lot of times I do workings for them as well. And I greatly appreciate you guys for trusting me as a friend and priestess. And my brother Junior, this is my brother. We share the womb. Okay. And just know these people that I mentioned, hopefully I ain't forget y'all, but if y'all come for them, y'all come for me. Okay. And we come in spiritually. Okay. Because I can't really be out here fighting it no more. But okay. So if you're not a part of, please connect our Facebook. If you're not a part of our Facebook group, Orisha Hoodoo Coven. Is that what it's called? I might be saying it wrong. Yeah, Orisha Hoodoo Coven. You can go to orishahoodoo.com to figure out everything that we're doing, to learn more about my Iya, Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke, the mastermind, the person who has allowed me to sit here and just authentically be myself. I love her. You fuck with her, you fuck with us, and we a hive. Okay. Join our Discord. What is Discord? Oh yeah, so Orisha Hoodoo Coven. Oh, can somebody put this all in the chat? I don't know. And then also subscribe to Priestess Oshun Funke's YouTube, which is Priestess Oshun Funke. Look her up. She is great. Also, check out Black Spectrum Network as well, which is like the granddaddy to all of this. I greatly appreciate you. I'm also doing 2 weeks from now. I could never figure out the date. It was 2 weeks from now. Oh, the 27th. No, the 26th. So on the 26th, I am doing a root chakra healing class. I hope that you guys can join. It's actually, so this is not a free class. It's $33.33 because this is like real work that my ancestors and I have worked. And also too, I have used this Gerard's not on here, but I have used these for my friends. I have made chakra oils and sprays for my friends, for Steven, for Maurice, and hopefully y'all still using them, and so I do make stuff for my friends. So this is, and I use it also for my daughter, and I use it for myself as well. So I'm doing a root chakra class. Please let me know if you want more information about it. I'm about to start advertising it. I'm pretty bad about advertising, but I am grateful that you came to this class. I love you all. And if please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I know sometimes I'll be in my own world trying to stay protected and not fuck nobody up. But I'm working on, just being more visible and being more around for those that might, I meant to ask you about that too, Belle, because you know what today is, and I was gonna ask you if you was doing any root chakra work. I always say I start sending out texts and then I got like distracted and stuff. I'm gonna do better. So I am Priestess. Did I say hi to everybody? Thank you to everyone. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. To my friends, family, to the coven, to my egg bay. I love y'all. I am Priestess Omoshule. And as I always say, pray with me, don't play with me. And that also includes those that I love as well. And that also includes particularly my daughter. Okay. So have a good one. Thank you so much. All is one.